Hey everybody, I'm here today with Debbie Carney, lead English teacher at the Bartram campus, and we're going to talk a little bit about our recent Shakespeare Day. So first off, welcome, and what is Shakespeare Day?
Thank you. Glad to be here. Shakespeare Day is an annual tradition that I actually brought with me from my former school. We were a ninth grade center, and the entire English department was reading Shakespeare at the same time. But their performances were limited to just the IB kids. So when I came here to Bartram, I thought that would be fun to continue. So the very first year was just myself and my classes dressed in costume, and we did small performances in the classroom. And then the other eighth grade teachers thought, hey, that'll be fun. And so it's grown every single year. Basically, it consists of two parts. The first part is performances by the students. It's a volunteer basis. They do get extra credit for it. And they can work with any of their friends from across the classes, so they don't have to be in the same class. And we do help them with ideas, but sometimes they come up with really original ideas. And then the second part is our little family feud. We'd like to call it our friendly family feud. Events in the gym where we break them into the two houses, the Montagues and the Capulets. And every kid is assigned an event to participate in, so that all throughout the day, all the kids get a chance to participate in something.
It was remarkable. It's my first time coming. I've had conflicts the past couple of years, and so seeing all of the students, I mean, literally almost all of the students in Renaissance garb. The teachers are dressed up. There are mock sword fights. There are recitations from Romeo and Juliet. I mean, it's really impressive. Like, it's not something that I did while I was in high school. I loved it. And the students seem to be having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, they really do. What I love about it is every year is unique to the eighth grade class because it's just for the eighth grade class. So some years we have musical performances. Other years we have dances. So every year we open it up and let the kids kind of see what scenes they would like to do. This year we had a scene with Macbeth's witches, so it doesn't have to be limited to Romeo and Juliet. And the kids at first, it's the extra credit I think that they're really interested in, but once they start working with their friends, they really get excited about it. I love that it pushes a lot of the kids out of their comfort zone. Shows them they can do something challenging and still have fun and still learn in the process. So it's really evolved, but every year it's slightly different for us because the class is slightly different.
Sure. Well, that's the way it should be. I mean, we should ebb and flow and change as it goes. But the constant is that I know a lot of schools have moved away from teaching Shakespeare because it is hard. You know, it's hard as an adult, but we also know the importance of going through. I mean, it's so multi-layered in terms of what is there. And so I applaud the fact that you're teaching it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And I know that it's something that while they might find a little bit of discomfort because it's different linguistically and everything now, it is something that they're going to look back on and appreciate the fact that they studied it.
There's a lot of fun ways you can approach it. I was very blessed to have gone to a workshop when I taught at that prior school for teachers specifically through Rollins College. And it opened my eyes a lot to how much fun it could be. I mean, most of the kids go into Romeo and Juliet thinking what the general public does, that it's a big romantic story and these two perfect lovers. It's actually the complete opposite. It's much more about family fighting. The kids think, oh, there's nothing that relates to Shakespeare, but when they realize that, yes, first love, revenge, family relationships, keeping secrets, impulsive behavior, they love the insults. Once they realize that, especially the first half of the play is a lot of fun, then they really buy into it, and they learn that Shakespeare's language, yes, is definitely difficult, but once you really get to know the characters and the characterization, it is great storytelling. That's why we still read Shakespeare today. And I'm honest with them. I can't walk into a play that I haven't studied a little bit with Shakespeare and just know everything that's going on either. It's a whole different approach to reading and analyzing, and I just think it's a lot of fun, and most of the kids end up really enjoying it.
Right. And it's a valuable skill. You know, it is to be able to do it. And I think that I also heard the students talking because they were not aware that so many of our modern, I guess, idioms, is that the right expression, come from Shakespeare. It's amazing how many things that we still use today that came out of those various plays.
Yes, he's credited with inventing, I think it's close to like 2,000 words in our modern day language, expressions that we use that they have no idea comes back to Shakespeare. So again, that's a lot of fun for them. Pushing them out of their comfort zone. Like I said, it is hard, but we assure them, hey, this is something you can learn to do. Will you be a professional performer of Shakespeare someday? Probably not, but that's okay. We tell our performers when they go on stage, all we want them to do is their best, and they did. Every year, they absolutely blow our minds with how far they come in a short time and how well they do.
Right. And that's what education is that's a lot of what education is that process of challenging yourself, pushing through, finding out that you can do something that you never thought that you could, or you can understand something you thought was impossible to understand. And, these are our 8th graders. They're getting ready to come up to the upper school next year. And so we're going to be asking more and more of them as they go through upper school, appropriately so, because we're preparing them for college and life.
Absolutely. And again, Shakespeare is old, but yet the modern lessons are still there. We try and teach that across the board with our curriculum with literature anyway, is that, themes are timeless. And so when we do our little survey at the beginning, can Shakespeare relate to my life? And almost all of them say no. Right. And when we revisit it at the end of the studying the play, and they're like, wow, it relates a lot more than we thought. Yeah, it doesn't matter what country or what culture. These are themes that we see in life and we continue to see in life.
Well, that's awesome. I loved it. Keep it up. Looking forward to next year already. I hope that, the excitement will be exactly the same or even greater than it was this year. But thank you and your colleagues for what you do. I know there's a lot of work that goes into teaching Shakespeare and also organizing the day, and I really appreciate the efforts you put in. It's a fun day.
It is a fun day, and it also gives us a chance to collaborate with departments that we wouldn't normally get to collaborate with. We could not put this on without the Fine Arts Department lending us their space and helping us with some tips on how to help the kids. We couldn't do it without the PE department, who allows us to do the games in the gym, and they help us with all the setup. We couldn't do it without the people who sub for the 8th grade advisors so that all the advisors can be there. So yeah, it is truly a blessing to be here at Bartram because it really is a team effort and everybody is so supportive of the day. So it just makes it that much more fun. I'd love to get everybody into dressing. I would love to get the 8th grade advisors into costume or maybe even some of the administrators someday.
That'd be pretty cool.
But yes, it is a wonderful experience and it is a lot of work, but the payoff is absolutely worth it.
It is. It is. Well, thanks so much. I'll let you get back to your Fair Verona or whatever literary location you're going to next, whichever book you're reading. But
we are still in Verona for a more period of time.
Awesome. We'll enjoy it. And thank you again.
Thank you.
Thanks to everybody out there for all that you do.